Welcome to Costa Rica. Costa Rica is a beautiful country located in Central America. Costa Rica would be a great place to expand or start a coffee business. But before we get into business, let's get to know a little bit more about the country. Material culture in Costa Rica. Material culture is the physical aspect of culture in the objects and architecture that surround people. Dress in Costa Rica is formal in the business area and informal out of the office, although casual dress in Costa Rica may be fancier than you might expect. Women wear their hair in many intricate braids, and men have mostly shaven hair. Car brands most widely used are Nissan, Toyota, and Hyundai. There are many fine dining restaurants located in Costa Rica, serving many different international foods. Costa Rica's climate and its agricultural land are its most important resources. Jewelry worn by men and women come in many different beautiful colors, and necklaces and bracelets are usually beads. Houses may come in many varieties also, large or small, but many houses are in the townhouse variety. Non-material culture in Costa Rica. Non-material culture is thoughts or ideas that make up a culture. Family life in Costa Rica is extremely important, and it is valued heavily. Men and women are expected to act differently from each other and to respect their roles. The religion taught in schools and in churches is Roman Catholic. Up to 90% of the country is Roman Catholic. The main language is Spanish, and a popular indigenous language is Bribri. English is starting to become prevalent in Costa Rica because schools are starting to teach it. Symbols and gestures are a form of communication without talking. There are many symbols and gestures in Costa Rica. With Costa Ricans, a handshake is the most common form of greeting. A firm handshake is preferred between men. Women often greet each other by patting or touching the left forearm lightly instead of shaking hands. Rotating your palms up and outward means it cannot be helped. Shrugging your shoulders means it is not your fault. A language is a method of human communication, either spoken or written. Languages in Costa Rica. As I have mentioned before, Spanish is the most commonly used language in Costa Rica. Some indigenous languages you may hear in the country are Bribri, Maleku, and Cabekar. English is now starting to become more prevalent in Costa Rica and is starting to be taught in schools. Values, norms, and taboos in Costa Rica. Values are what people hold true to themselves. Norms are normal acts in society, and taboos are specific and maybe odd cultural acts done in society. Costa Ricans value family life, and that everybody is a hard worker and contributing to the betterment of the society. Marriage is the most traditional way to start a family, and men and women respect each other's roles in society. Costa Ricans are famous for observing Tico time, known locally as La Hora Tico. Costa Ricans habitually arrive 30 minutes late to dinners, appointments, and get-togethers, but for movies and public health clinics they arrive hours beforehand. Costa Rica is a Catholic country, and religious values are respected. Topics such as abortion and gay marriage are generally avoided. Costa Ricans are also very polite, so be sure not to put your feet on furniture and say please and thank you. Never raise your voice in anger. Sanctions. Sanctions are positive or negative outcomes to an event or action. In Costa Rica, you do not remove or disrupt plant life. Do not feed animals because it will change their natural eating habits. Archaeological sites are property of the state, and all objects discovered outside of the site may be passed into the hands of the state and kept by the National Museum. If you break these laws, you may be subject to jail time or a hefty fine. If you do find an artifact, you will be thanked and may be rewarded with cash. Customs, traditions, and holidays. A custom is an act that a culture does habitually. A tradition is a long-established custom that has been passed on. Holidays are days set by a national government to celebrate a tradition. The annexation of Guanacaste Day is a holiday in which Costa Ricans celebrate. This day, the Guanacaste province chose their country over Nicaragua in 1824. This holiday occurs every July 25th. The traditions in celebrating this holiday include bullfighting, parades, and plenty of alcohol consumption. Food eaten traditionally in Costa Rica is a breakfast meal that contains a mixture of rice and black beans. Marriages in Costa Rica are mainly Roman Catholic, and to be legally married you need to have 2 witnesses at the wedding. If you are married for 25 years, it is your silver year, and townspeople give you silver coins. Your gold year is your 50th year married, and the townspeople give you gold coins. Also, Local tradition dictates every birthday party include a piñata at the party. Now that you know more about the beautiful country of Costa Rica, let's talk about your business. Coffee beans are rich and diverse in Costa Rica, and coffee is an important cash crop in Costa Rica. There may be some competition between coffee businesses, but if you place your shop in the proper area, you will make great revenue. Coffee starts people's days in Costa Rica, and that even more benefits your business. Some creative names for your shop could be Caffeine for Costa Rica or the Impresso Espresso. Knowing what this country has to offer, I think you should create and expand a coffee business in Costa Rica. Analysis. You should expand your business in this country because of the rich coffee beans found in Costa Rica and the need for coffee shops in Costa Rica. The benefits of this expansion would be massive profits, and your business will be in international waters, and you could expand anywhere if you become popularly known. Potential challenges of this expansion are language barriers in Costa Rica and local competition in the country between coffee shops. This expansion would create jobs for Americans and for the native people, benefiting everybody. Costa Rican people are known to be very friendly and humble, and many Americans, not all, will relate to these people. Americans will experience culture shock in Costa Rica from the usage of hand gestures and what they mean, because you do not want to use the wrong hand gesture or it will offend many people. With proper training, Americans will be able to jumpstart and expand to create a successful coffee business in Costa Rica. Because if your workers learn simple hand gestures and the language of Spanish, they will easily be able to relate with all people in Costa Rica. If you understand the native peoples and they understand you, you will be able to sell your coffee in this country. Thank you.